All right, those of you kiddies watching at home, I got to set something up real quick. So chill for a minute, but I didn't want to have to worry about this.
What are you dressed right now? And I was like, you guys go where are you dressed? You might want to take a better career because you're coaching a team now. And he's like, what? Oh. Yeah, trying to call me a bum. I got told about somebody like that. So you know what? I will continue. Yeah.
It's a body.
It's like a body.
I can smell it. It's a baby.
Like your toe. Liz, you want to do one slow for me? I like the what? It was one. I literally sat in the bathroom. I only have 2 all night, so I don't want to do what? What is it? Oh. What the heck is that?
All right, listen, you're going to need your masks. I'd like you to space out a little bit, but wait, hold on a second. Let me get it set up. You can thank Elise and her relatives for this. Because we're gonna cut open some organs.
Elise,
Elise, thank you for giving me another opportunity to pass out. All right, candy yesterday.
Oh my God. You go.
I'm sorry.
I'm sure it's
Lana, why you should be in your seat? Your best friend's not back there. You don't like me.
what?
Thank you.
I'm gonna email her again and be like, can you please read? What's in that bag, River?
What's in the box? What's in the box? Oh, this is great. The heart's still attached.
Oh my God. Oh, then there are 2 hearts.
There's 2 hearts?
Is that a cow?
That's awesome.
Oh my God.
All right, come on back, kids. Mask up, though. This is a great specimen.
That's a cow.
This is amazing.
So I don't
All right.
need to get you one. I don't want to lick it.
Oh, wow. They've never gotten.
I'm not being for real.
I don't even know what's
Okay, now watch the camera.
Oh, gotcha.
Yeah.
So I don't need to get one for you?
You don't have to.
Okay.
All right, listen up, folks. Okay, so and a couple of you can come over this way too.
That
You can
smells
space
kinda
out a
bad.
little bit. Okay, so what we've got here is the beef heart, and you're all going to be able to touch this if you want in a minute.
Oh.
But I want you to understand
Look at all
that,
the
like,
fat.
this is going to be exactly like our heart. Let me get my microphone on.
It's a haunt.
That kind of makes me sad. What?
It's
It's science.
Wait,
Yeah, but the poor cow.
You know I would.
Move it. I'm trying to like dig in that brown part. Not gonna lie, it kind of looks like it.
Okay. All right. So I need to do this so they can definitely hear me on the phone. All right, feel free to take any snaps, any pictures, okay? Anything that you want to
Are
try.
you gonna cut the heart open?
Yeah, of
Oh,
course,
there's,
of course.
there's a separate heart in that bag.
Okay, that's awesome. I may.
Look at you.
All right. So what's really
Stretch
cool?
your heart out.
What's really cool about this one is that so we've got the lungs attached. So here's the right and the left lung. Okay, and then this. What's really great about this too is here's the trachea. Okay, and I'm going to chop open the trachea so that you can see
I just have to.
how unbelievable this is, and the structure of this is perfect. Okay, so when you look at the trachea, it looks like as if it is. Yeah, there's gonna be some squirting. So.
Oh my god.
Just-
I got a white shirt on.
All right. So I want you to.
God, it kind of smells.
I want you to understand that when I cut this open like this, okay, so this is the trachea, right? And then if you notice right behind the trachea, there's this muscular thing, okay? What is the muscular thing right behind the trachea? Does anybody know? Okay, I know we're not getting into this yet, but so here's the trachea. This is this nice round cartilaginous thing. And then right behind it is the thing that looks like a muscle. Okay, what do you think goes through this hole?
Food.
Nope.
Oh.
Air. What do you think goes through this hole? Food, right?
That's
This is the esophagus. This is the trachea. Now, here's a really cool adaptation. This looks like a circle, correct? Would you all at home agree that this looks like a circle? Okay, it's really not truly a circle because watch this. Okay, I did not really cut anything but a very tiny tissue. The rest of this is all cartilage. That was just a very thin tissue and very easy to cut. Okay, why do you think, okay, the trachea would not be one circular piece of cartilage?
I have a question.
Hold on a second.
Okay.
Why? Think about the important, can you get your mask on, please?
Oh yeah.
Thanks.
Sorry.
Think about the importance of breathing. Is it important? Okay. Have you ever swallowed anything, and you've felt it go all
That
the
was
way
my
down,
question.
like it hurts?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. We need some give there, right? Okay. And this adaptation is unbelievable. So when you swallow something, okay, there could be some give. Do y'all see that little give there? Okay. That's why we've got this C-shaped cartilage rather than an O-shaped cartilage, okay, to allow for that to have some flexibility. This is a smooth muscle. This is cartilage, right? You can actually see, and no one's ever got me this before, but there is that epiglottis, okay, that's going to help cover the trachea, which is really stinking cool. All right, the reason why I like the heart from a cow is because it looks so much like our own. And so what we're going to do is I'm going to separate it from the lungs, and we're going to look at the chambers of the heart. Okay, and you often think, like, I think most of you know that the heart has chambers, correct? Do you all know that?
Yes.
Okay, how many chambers are there in the heart? Does anybody know how many chambers there are? There are 4 chambers in the heart, okay? I've got to get rid of this sac around the heart too. Okay, there's 4 chambers in the heart, okay? And there's a lot of fat on this one. Fatty cow.
That one doesn't have
Okay.
anything around it. and you
Nothing
don't have
around
to cut
that
it
one?
out.
Okay, cool. Okay, so when we open this up, oh, look at this aorta. It's phenomenal. There's going to be blood here, kids. Some fat if anybody wants to touch that fat. So there's a sac around the heart. That's really important, right? Oh, wow, this is great. Great specimen here. Thanks to the farmer that helped with this one, right? Raise this one. Okay, so now I've separated it from the lungs, right?
Oh my.
It took me,
God.
it took
What
me.
is that? Why is that hollow?
Why is this hollow right there? Great question.
Oh, there's like 4 of them.
There's lots of them. So why do you think?
Oh,
Why do you think there are these tubes? What are these tubes here for? What's that?
blood.
Yeah, blood. And we want to send blood. Okay, there's the inside of that. Oh, we got some blood. And then I want to make sure that you can see the inside of this. There's the inside of that. Okay. And then I want you to see that this is so this was the sac around the heart. Okay, this whole thing was around the heart, and then those tubes were leading to the lungs, right? Let me talk about the lungs for a quick second. Okay, these lungs are nice and pink. This cow was obviously not a smoker, okay, which is really good. Okay, maybe. Okay, if you look, everybody thinks that the lungs are these sacs, right? Okay, yeah. Why is this lung bleeding? Yeah, there's blood in it, right? Because the heart sent the blood to the lungs to get clean, right? Okay, and so there's all those little vessels are leading eventually to microscopic things called alveoli. Okay, and again, I'll let you touch this in a second. All right,
That heart is huge.
the heart
Yeah, that
is
is.
big. Okay,
Too bad no
All right.
guys have that big of a heart.
True.
all right. So
Can I like stick my finger in that hole and it'll like go all the way through? I'm not going to, but like.
you can stick your fingers. I'm gonna stick my fingers in different holes here in a second. Okay, look how stretchy this is. Once again, this cow did not go to McDonald's.
You also vandalizing it at this point.
This?
All right, so I'm looking at the heart. If I were to hold this heart up, it would be like this, okay, in my body, okay, just like this. Okay, so this is the right-hand side, and this is the left-hand side. Let me move this out of the way for the
Okay, can
folks
you
at
tell me
home.
what side the head connects to on that?
Okay, the head of the cow.
Yes. On this. On the trachea or whatever it's called.
So this would be in its neck, and then so the head would be up here like this.
Okay.
Okay, so this is heading down to the heart.
Okay.
Okay, so there are 4 chambers of the heart, and everyone always thinks that the 4 chambers are inside this part, right? But the 4 chambers, they're not inside this part at all. Okay, there's only 2 inside this part. The other 2 chambers are these little flappy things up here. Okay, these that I'm holding are the atria. Those are these are 2 chambers right here. The other 2 chambers are down here, and a lot of people, don't get that. Okay, and so that's really cool. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to open up this right-hand side here, and here's the coronary artery that feeds the blood to the heart. Why does it have to sound like, well, oh no, I've got this on the wrong side. Did I flip this? Oh yes, I flipped it around. I'm opening the left side first, and I'll show you why. I know it's the left side in just a minute. Okay.
It's a little
It's a little
slippery.
slippery, I know. I didn't realize that I was doing the wrong side. All right, so this is the right-hand side of the heart, okay? And I want you to look inside the atria and then inside the ventricles. This is inside the atria. This is the atria that I'm holding right here. This is the ventricle, okay? So then there's just a bunch of clotted blood. In between this part right here and this part right here, there are valves, okay? There's a tricuspid valve on this side, and there's a bicuspid valve on the other side, okay? Now, I said a second ago, I was like, oh, I'm cutting in the wrong side. Everyone look at the thickness of this, okay? There's the thickness of the right-hand side of this heart, okay? Ethan, you're back. Good to see you, man. Came back on the right day. Okay, there's the thickness of the right-hand side of the heart, okay? Now, wait till you see this. This side over here, okay, is much, much different. And as soon as I started cutting, I was like, oh, I flipped it around, okay?
So you said this is like really close to what our heart
It's
looks
exactly what our heart looks like, yeah.
like. Maybe not
Okay.
big, but
Take a look at the thickness now, okay? Yeah. Yeah, thanks for not cussing on camera, Lace. I appreciate that. And then here are those valves. This is the valve.
was it
Okay,
frozen?
this is the valve where we would have in between the atria. Okay, why on earth would this be so thick? Okay, why is the left side thicker, way thicker than the right-hand side?
I guess your left side, since it's healing, it's like right next to the side of the body.
Okay, that's a good theory.
Gotta be more protective.
Got to be what?
More protective on that side.
Okay, also very good theories. Okay, let me show you with my kind of my fingers where things are good. So this is once again the right hand side. The blood pumps in to this little guy right here where my finger is. This is called the superior vena cava. This superior vena cava leads to the right atrium. It goes to this bicuspid valve and it goes into the right hand side of the heart. And this is called the right ventricle. If I take my fingers and try to find like where it's going to go, I can take my fingers and let's see if I can get it out. Okay, it's going to go out right here. Oh, sorry. Okay, this is called the pulmonary artery. Okay, right? The pulmonary artery is going to the lungs. From the pulmonary artery, okay, then to the lungs clean it up. And then eventually what happens is those lungs send it back to the heart, to the left-hand side of the heart. Okay, so this is the left atrium. And if I stick my fingers in right here, this hole right here, I don't know if you can see my finger right there. I'm kind of flipping you off, right? Okay, that is the pulmonary vein that's going back to the heart through the left atrium, the left ventricle. Then after the left ventricle, it eventually goes to the aorta, and I cut the aorta. That goes out to the rest of the body. Okay? So there we are. That is exactly how the chambers of our heart go. And for me, I'll be real honest with you. Until I started teaching, I had no idea, okay, that these little chambers, these little flaps, these little atria were oh so tiny, okay? And I definitely had no idea that this left-hand side was so big and this right-hand side was not as big, okay?
It's so weird. Why do you touch this without gloves?
I forgot gloves. I realized midway through. I was like, oh, I should have probably wore gloves, but
Okay,
there
I
you
have
go.
a question. Will you open
Yes.
the right side, I think it was?
Yeah, sure. This is the right side.
No, left side.
Left side.
What are all right
So
there?
that's just the inner structure of that aorta.
Is that just blood? That's where blood goes through?
Yeah, all the blood goes through there. And these are all cardiac muscle. Okay, so cardiac muscle is squeezing, you know, so basically when your heart beats, okay, the atria squeeze and then the ventricles squeeze. Okay? And they do it simultaneously. Atria, ventricles. Atria, ventricles. If you listen to your heartbeat, it is because you're hearing not the muscle moving, but you're hearing the valves close. The valves closing. So there's valves in between the ventricles and valves in between the lungs and the heart. Okay. Oh yeah, you're touching it. Yeah.
Is this the lung?
That is the lung.
It feels so cool.
As you pick it up.
If anybody would like to touch anything, you're more than welcome to. I will give you a second to do that while can you put this
Feel it.
in this
Feel the
like
lung
in this
in there.
pocket, just slide it in. Thanks.
He picks it up and starts swinging it around. Feel this. The inside of it.
It's like,
That's
feel
not
the
what
inside of it.
feel like.
It's like,
Just touch it.
it's so slippery.
All right. I forgot about our second set. What's in the second set?
It's another heart.
Do you mind if I save that for the next
Yeah,
period class?
that's fine. Do whatever you want with it. It's all yours.
Yeah, don't have to do it.
Yeah, I don't know. Feel the fat.
I'm touching this, bro.
Oh, yeah, so this
Look at her.
must
She's
be-
playing soccer with the heart.
I know.
This is a heart that's
Can
already
you
kind
pull
of
this
cut
up?
open.
I have blood on this hand.
At least this heart looks much different.
Stick your finger in
This
there.
heart is, has been completely opened up.
Feel that.
And you could see that. That heart must be from last year.
I
Well,
know.
This
Stick your
sure
finger
doesn't
in
look
what?
like a.
Ew, okay, enough. I don't like
I don't
that.
think it's that old, but
What's that? What, like,
Where's the hole?
What happened was,
Stick your finger in there.
it's not
Me?
This
I was gonna
stuff
tell Bella
is
to,
look
but-
at it.
okay.
Uh,
Yeah,
it's
yeah,
like so light.
Ew.
Wait. Stick your finger in there. I did.
Okay, I got you. Cool. This is perfect. It is perfect. Thank you so much.